Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, so as you know, we've been talking about missing woman Hannah Kobayashi. Now, there's been so many conflicting reports between their family, what's being said in news articles, and trying to really get down a timeline of the moments before she lost all contact. Okay. So that has been established by the family from the information that they have gotten and the videos that they had seen of the airport. Um, but again, there is a lot of conflicting information. You hear one thing from the family, an article says another thing. So not really sure, just a lot of confusion. Um, but there's a few things that I want to go over here. All right. Now, according to the family, the family posted on their Facebook their timeline that they say, okay, this is the timeline that we have. And this is, again, this is the timeline according to the family. Friday, November 8th, 9:53 p.m. Hannah landed at LAX, missed her connecting flight, which left at 11 p.m. Stayed overnight at LAX. Saturday, November 9th, between 12 and 3 p.m., she was seen at the Grove, specifically at Tashan Books, charging her phone. And the photo was taken by Hannah and sent to Aunt at 2:43 from the bookstore. The evening of November 9th, spotted back at LAX. Sunday, November 10th, at 3:40 p.m., she was seen at the Grove again, captured on video outside the LeBron James event. Now, November 10th, the evening, believed to have returned to LAX. I'm assuming they say believed because they don't have proof that she went back there that night. Monday, November 11th at 5 p.m., spotted talking to a ticket agent at LAX. So that is new. We did not know that before. Hannah boards LAX Metro C line at Aviation Century Station at 9:04. She transferred trains at the Rosa Parks station. It is confirmed she was occupied by, I think that's supposed to say accompanied, by an unknown individual for the duration of her time on the Metro. 10:03 p.m. Seen in video footage departing the Metro Pico station with unknown individual. And the family says, please be patient with us as we are also working effortlessly to continue the search for Hannah. We share our deepest gratitude through this time. Please don't stop until we find her. Now, a couple of things. So there's been a few inconsistencies with things that are or have been reported by the family. Certain things have changed. Certain things have been backtracked now and taken off. Now, we don't know. A lot of that could be the family is frustrated because the cops are not doing what the family feels like they should be doing. The cops, again, are looking at it like, okay, she's not endangered. She's not a child. She's a grown woman with no mental disorders. So, she's living her life. The police aren't really considering her, they're not really working the case. So the family is like, okay, well, then we're going to do this and we're going to do it with the public's help. So they just start releasing all this information on their Facebook group. Now, could the police have said to them, listen, you're putting too much out there. It's not going to help. There's certain things that you have to leave out because that's how we find out, what's true and what's not. Because I'm sure they were getting bombarded by theories and, all kinds of things. So could that have been Uh, could that have been something, or the reasoning behind the family changing things, removing things? It very well could be. The cops could have said, "Listen, you can't do this." Um, Now, the one thing I do want to mention that has been brought up a lot is the eyewitness who saw Hannah on the metro train that night, of the 11th with the mail. Now, this woman had said, "Okay, the guy offered my son the seat. Uh, they engaged in conversation." Now, according to this woman, Hannah also was engaged in this conversation. But it had been reported before by the family that the woman said Hannah seemed very tired and out of it, disassociated, and even lost. Now, the woman went back on the Facebook page and on Facebook group and posted, and she was like, "Listen, I never said she was disassociated. I never said she looked lost. All I said was she appeared to be tired." And I guess right after that was posted, the family removed the woman's comment. So a lot of people are going, "Okay, what's going on? Why would they add to it?" So according to this woman, the family added that she seemed disassociated and lost. The woman claims she never said that. So why would the family add that on there? The only thing that came to my mind was they're so desperate to get help for her and to get the cops interested and to get the cops looking and to make people think, "Listen, my daughter is really missing and I need to know what's going on," that they added that little tidbit in, thinking and hoping that cops would go, "Okay, she was okay, so she seemed disassociated. Something is wrong. Maybe we do need to really look for her." Like, that's the only logical reason I could see that the family would do something like that. So I don't know. Now, another thing is the family had originally posted pictures of Hannah at the luggage department of the airport, um, getting getting the suitcase. And then a little while later, I guess the family deleted those pictures off of the group. Don't know why. But the sister came out and said, "Listen, it makes no sense. My sister's luggage is in New York City." So there's a lot of question on whether or not that was even her suitcase, because that was the day she went back to the airport on Monday, 11/11. That's when she picked up the suitcase. But the sister's saying it just doesn't make any sense. Now, Hannah could very well have requested that her luggage be brought back to LA, but that would mean that she had no intention of actually going to New York. Which brings me to the next thing. Um, Let me get out of here. Okay, now, yes, there was an itinerary. Yes, she had plans with her aunt. That's what we know according to the family. Um, but a lot of people are like, could she have wanted a new start? Could she have just listen? Could she have just maybe I wouldn't say she probably didn't have any intention of going to New York. I wouldn't say that I would say she made these plans. She had a job lined up. She probably intended to go to New York. However, it is a possibility that at some point throughout this 3 days, at some point she had decided, "I'm going to stay in LA for a little while. I'm just saying it's a possibility that she decided, I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, whatever." um, so did she decide to stay on her own? Another thing is we don't know. We know that her and her ex were on the same plane. The father says that the ex is not involved. Like, he's been very cooperative. They didn't talk on the airplane at all. There was no communication between the two, but he's been very helpful. Okay, that's according to the father. Um, but we don't know how long ago that they broke up. We don't know what terms they were that it ended on, right? Was it real bad? Was it okay? Because they were in the same area at the same time. So it would also go to show the state of mind of Hannah. And I think that's what everybody's trying to figure out is what is going on? What was what was this woman thinking? Like, how was she feeling? Where was she emotional? So we need to know how long ago this ended and how it ended. I think that would be helpful. Um, was she, it would help was she running away from something? Was there somebody that she was trying to get away from? Okay. Next thing. She, according to the family, she was seen at LAX on um okay, well, it didn't specify the date, but she was seen talking to a ticket taker or a ticket person. She was seen talking to a ticket person at the airport, and they talked for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a really long time to be talking about buying another ticket, whatever. So, is it a possibility that this person maybe told her about something that was going on around the area, told her about an event, told her about something that we just don't know, which is this will soon make sense when I get to where I'm going with all this. Now we know that she was spotted in the Grove area twice, and it's not like the Grove is right next to LAX. It's a little whiles away. So you kind of um if she was on standby, and this is where we'll get back to the ticket guy in a second, okay? But if she was on standby waiting for another flight to go to New York City, she wouldn't have left the airport. It wouldn't make sense to go somewhere she could have easily even bought in another ticket at that time. Instead of being put on standby, just buy a ticket for the next flight out, right? We know another flight that night. So anyway, just go with me here for a second, okay? Let's talk about the text message that her friend received, okay? Hannah texts her roommate at 5:48 p.m. I got hacked, stripped of my identity. I can't fly. Some weird shit, babe. I can't go to the PO. Is that the police? I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. I've been on the streets. I just know I need to be in the redwoods. It's been really scary. I have a little money left. I want to just get a bus or whatever straight to the redwoods. Gonna look for work, but I haven't slept well for days. Please keep this to yourself for now and be discreet. I am at LAX. I might go to a homeless shelter. I literally can't go home, love. I have my ID and my passport. It's a really long story, hon. I have stuff of value. I just need to rest, and I'll think better. But it's very complicated. Matrix underworld shit. This is way beyond me. Now this is important. I was not catfished. No, we met. I can't explain all of it. Just please be open with this, please. Deep hackers wiped my identity, stole all my funds, and have had me in a mind fuck since Friday. I'm just really scared, love, and the Redwoods is calling me, and I know I'm meant to be there. I'm being guided there, like you have before. I risk my freedom if this goes wrong for me, hun. Now, obviously, that was all not all typed in one message, but it's all the messages that were received together. Now, I think there's a few things. If this, no, her family and friends said that this does not sound like her. Like, this does not sound like Hannah. I don't know what's this. I don't think this is her. It just doesn't sound like her. Could be a stranger. Like, we don't even know. We just know this doesn't sound like Hannah. Okay. Now, let's say, because nobody has proof that this didn't come from her. So let's say these messages are from Hannah. Okay. Obviously, the way that it's read is that something is very wrong. Um, Not in the right state of mind. And it makes you think, I mean, not for nothing, but you would either think, okay, this girl's insane. Something's wrong with her, right? She's lost her mind. Something is not right. Like, this seems very sketchy. Or this is definitely, like, there's no way this was written by her. Those are the three things people immediately go to, right? Now there's a couple things I want to point out here. Now, I had said before, this person, now we don't know the unidentified male that she was spotted on the train with that night, but listen, the person, I said she had to have been communicating with someone, whether it be in a chat group, whether it be in a, some kind of spiritual group online, whether it be in a, who knows, but there's some person that she was in communication with for a while. And then she says this: I was not catfished. Now, we all know what catfished is. I was not catfished. We met. So she had obviously been talking to someone and then met up with this person. Now, I promise a lot of you'll see the big picture in a little while. So she met up with this person. Now, think about when she says, I got tricked pretty much into giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. So, someone that she thought she loved, someone that she's obviously been talking to or in communication with in some way for a long time. And this person she met. Okay. Tricked into giving away all of my money, possibly by some type of ruse, kind of like a guru who has I will say a fake guru who has convinced these women or these people to join his cause under the guise of spiritual awareness, spiritual awakening, spiritual enlightenment, and literally take their money. Was she talking to someone? Is this person that she was talking to someone that had convinced her to come check out an event, to come meet up with him in real life, to come and have this experience, right? As I'll put it. Now, if you remember, at 5:30 a.m. is when she texted that she had a very intense spiritual awakening. Really. a very intense spiritual awakening, which, if you are a spiritual person and you're into trying to become and be your highest self, you need to be enlightened to do so, right? A lot of people will get there by doing certain things, ayahuasca, DMT, things that alter your mind and let you go to see beyond, right? Now, yeah, a lot of people experience this, okay? It's a common thing. However, all this kind of seems to go together if you think about the text messages. This person that she has been in communication with, the person she met up with, she says, I was not catfished. So this is not, it's not what you think. We met. I can't explain all of it. Just please be open with this, please. Been in a mind fuck since Friday. I'm just really scared, love. Giving away all my funds for someone I thought I loved. Haven't slept well for days. Please keep this to yourself for now and be discreet. Matrix underworld shit. Now, it is also a possibility that someone is given the wrong thing. Maybe they're told it's something else. Maybe they're told, here, you take this, you'll have this spirit, telling them it's something that they're going to have a spiritual experience. And it's some other type of harmful drug that literally has made her feel like she's going crazy. We just don't know. But now, spiritual, let's talk about this for a second, because I think this is one of the biggest possibilities right here. There are a lot of spiritual enlightenment groups, groups, I guess is the best word. And they are often disguised as something that they are not. Example, like they claim to be about spiritual growth and development and reaching one's highest self and getting back to your divine essence. But then they turn out to be a totally deluded cult that is something else altogether. Um Now, here you go. Let me take you back to the ticket guy. So she was talking to this ticket person for 30 minutes. I'm sorry, for 30 minutes, which, not for nothing. You know how I talked about traffickers having scopers? There's also like these fake spiritual guru followers that go out and try to recruit people, that go out and talk to people that, you know, hey, send them this way, send them, tell them, come check us out, and next thing you know, they'll be joining us, they'll be one of us. So could she have been having a conversation and to this person, and this person was like, hey, it's 11:11, we got this going on. Now, in the spiritual world, 11:11 is an important number. It's an angel number. It's a spiritual number. There's a lot of things that go into the 11:11. um a lot of spiritual groups will do ritual type events. Now, 11:11 at so on November 11th, 11:11 at 11:11, there's actually a lot of groups in California that did these, whatever it is, some type of ritual, right? Now, because you just don't know. LAX has 133,000 employees, some of whom use bikes to transport themselves back and forth to where they need to go. Now, again, the guy on the train could be just a good Samaritan. We don't know. Could have been. He also could have been not a good person that was taking Hannah to someplace she didn't need to go. You don't know. But let me show you this. Now, you know how I talked about people being like, well, it's weird. How did she find out about the Grove? Like, what would make her leave the airport to go there? Right? Okay, let me show you this. Now, I want you to, before I put this up, I want you to be open minded because these fake gurus, spiritual people could, like I said, could she have been communicating with one of them for a long time and finally they met up in real life and she went to an event and, you know, whatever happened. We don't know. But there are a lot of these, I'm using my fingers right now in quotations, spiritual groups in the area. And it's not just in movies, guys. These things happen. These cults recruit people, and they don't go up to these people and they're like, "Hey, we're a cult. We're this, we're that. We're gonna take all your money and we're gonna, enslave you, and you're gonna be stuck with us." And they don't do that. That's not how they are. They obviously tell you how wonderful it is, and they seem like the nicest, happiest, most enlightened people, and they lie to you and they suck you in, where Hannah said she got tricked into giving away her money to someone she thought she loved. Very spiritual awakening. Like, you got to put these things together now. And then let me show you this. Now, these are just the spiritual groups slash organizations in California. Let's go down to LA. In LA, Coven of the Grove and the Solitary Mystics. Los Angeles, Spiritual Path Mixed Group. They have contact name, information, meetup.com, Coven of the Grove. They met up. They met in real life. Okay. Now, again, I'm not stating this as, I don't know, but this is a very good possibility based off the information that we have at this time. This seems like the most likely thing. Could she have been, trafficked? Yes, she could have been. But I mean, we don't have anything anything to corroborate that statement with at this time. So there's that one, Coven of the Grove and the Solitary Mystics. Modern Witch Movement, Los Angeles. Ravens Cry Grove ADF. The WeHo Coven. Now, those are just the ones in LA. Okay. Now, there was something I wanted to show you on here. Coven of the Grove is a network of pagans, witches, mystics, and others who organize within and around Pan Pacific Park and form a coven stead nearby. Oh, yes. This is the other thing I wanted to show you real quick. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up. Right here. Okay. Now let me show you this real quick. Sorry. Gotta get out of here. Now, if you go on Hannah's Instagram, literally, she is everything is spiritual and enlightening, and she speaks of Mother Gaia, and she's very into the whole spiritual awareness, spiritual enlightenment journey. And it's so easily, it's so easy for people like that to be tricked by these people that they think are good, by these people that they think are, enlightened, and that are going to help them reach their highest self. And they take advantage of people like that. But I want to show you this, because if this is a possibility, now this, which it very well could be, the police or the family could do their due diligence and just check this out. Now, this group, this specific group in LA, which it says right here, our lead organizers, now listen to this, our lead organizers meet locally near the Grove and Pan Pacific Park. Hannah was literally spotted at the Grove twice, and people are like, what was she doing there? So could the person that she met at the airport, or somebody she met on the plane, or the ticket guy that she was talking to, could he have told her about this group and about an event or a meeting or something that they were having at the Grove, which is the first thing that took her there, right? But they literally meet locally near the Grove and Pan Pacific Park. But they do have an upcoming they have an upcoming event on Wednesday, December 4th at 5:55 p.m. This is what I was trying to say. 11:11, 5:55. These same number sequences are big in the spiritual world. So it would not be far-fetched to think that somebody had an event on 11:11 at 11:11. Hannah was last seen getting off the train with the man at 10 o'clock. Nobody's seen or heard from her since. But they have a Crescent Moon Mystics meeting, apparently, that is going to meet on December 4th, 5:55 p.m. So if she is with this group, and I'm not saying that she is, I could be totally way off base here, but given everything put all together, this is the thing that makes the most sense. She might possibly be there that day. So just a little heads up on that. Yeah, I mean, let me see if there's any. I just don't want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Nobody knows what happened to Hannah after she got off that train. She is not that night with that man on 11:11 at 10 o'clock. She has not been spotted since. No word, no nothing. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. And first of all, so she first went to the Grove on the night. I'm sorry, on the 9th. She texted her family member at 5:30 a.m. saying she had a very intense spiritual awakening. This is why I think that somebody that she had been talking to. She knew she was going to the Grove, right? She was going to go there. Why else would she have left the airport and not been on standby? I mean, went on standby. It makes absolutely no sense. Um, but so you have the 9th, the 10th, the 11th. She was back at the airport. That's where her phone last pinged. And then that's it. No more phone pings, no more location, no more nothing, right? Until spotted on the train with this man at 10 o'clock at night. Where were they going when they got off the train? Where did they go? And why no sightings or anything since then? Could she be at one of these places, one of these, with one of these groups? That would be my guess. If she did not, have some type of schizophrenic episode, which there is no history of that whatsoever, and if she didn't just say, screw it, I'm done, walk away from her family and go start her new life somewhere all on her own by choice, then there's only two other explanations. One is the trafficking theory, and one is this theory. Either are possible. We just don't know. But you got to look at every lead. You got to listen to every detail. Makes sense to me. All right. Let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light. And I will see you all next time.